We'd like to thank you for watching LivingStrongTV.com. We would also like to take a moment to give you an opportunity to become a partner and sow a seed into our ministry. In order to sow a seed, you can click on the donation tab, or if you choose to mail your seed, you can send it to P.O. Box 363, Ridgeland, South Carolina 29936. The information is also located on the screen. Please make all checks and money orders payable to Whosoever Will Outreach Ministries. Once again, thank you for your support and becoming a partner with Living Strong. May you continually be blessed.
Again, and welcome to another edition of the Living Strong Television Network broadcast, where I'm your guest speaker, Prophet Scotty Lee Johnson. I want you to know that the exciting, fastest 30 minutes is about to start right now. You know what to do. Call a friend, call a neighbor, and let them know that Living Strong is on, and you can't go wrong when you're watching and living strong. And that fastest 30 minutes is starting right now. I am so excited once again because the Lord is giving me more and more and more. And he's saying to tell my people, lean forward, lean forward. He said unto Moses, why criest thou unto me? What is that is in your hand? What have I given you? In which I have given you something. And what I've given you is that which you need to cause you to go forward and to lead the nation forward. Now let me say again that my heart goes out to the nation of Israel and all the people of God whom the Lord is declaring, go forward, arise and go forward. And there's a forwarding that is coming into this nation like never before. And as you can see, just recently, even on today here, there's a settlement that is beginning to take place like never before. What type of a settlement? You are beginning to sense a calm, a peace, a serene in the atmosphere. And at the same time, there's this little slight agitation that is taking place in the hearts of every man. Now, we're talking about treasures of the heart, and we're talking about the continuation of a broken vessel. And this is very important because we're going to look again in the book of Romans, chapter number 9. And this is so very important. And you say, well, Prophet Johnson, I wanted you to go back and refresh me up on that. Yes. And this is what I want to do tonight, to take time to be cool and to chill. But y'all know me. And for those of you who say, well, Prophet Johnson, I enjoy the services so much, thank you. But it is very important for you to seed and to sow into Living Strong and to not just be a viewer, but also a supporter, because we need your support. And God is moving in undaunting ways like never before. But we're going to pick up right now, and we're moving it hot and heavy. And I know that some of you have been waiting for me to get back to this, because in the book of Romans, chapter number 9, verse number 21, now watch this. Have not the potter power over the clay? You're saying, yes, that's it. We're doing it again. Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. And this is what we're talking about. One unto honor and another unto dishonor. But watch this. What if God willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? So he's allowing certain vessels that are fitting themselves only to the destruction, so that the will of God can come forth. And I want you to know that this is now high time that you are waking out of sleep, because the Lord is saying to tell you tonight that he has forwarded you from where you were last year, even to where you are this year. And I've got good news for you. And next year I haven't seen nothing yet, because the Lord, oh God, this is another prophetic release. Here it comes. And the Lord is saying that you have not seen the benefits, nor have the benefits been declared unto you that is getting ready to take place in this segment of your life. And the Father is saying to tell you that he is going to wash out every single bad time of your life. Watch it get put in a washing machine and watch God just take that and wash it and flush it like it's never been flushed before. People, this is a renewal and a cleansing that is hitting the land. Woo! And I know that you have already anticipated, this is a good week for me. This is a good weekend for me. But I want you to know that God is saying to tell you, here comes a word again on tonight, and I didn't plan this. He's saying to tell you that the vessel of honor is about to rise in your vessel, even in which the enemy tried to make dishonorable. So he's saying that honorable is about to come out of dishonorable. They may have cracked your side. They may have cracked your vessel, and you may have been broken to the point of control and loss in your life. May have been one that would have been only just another stigma and a dogma in the minds of man's imagination. But God is saying, not so, for you shall rise as the flower girl, you shall rise as the beaming boy. And you shall be the man that shall shine and the woman that shall blossom. Because God is saying this year, oh my God, Lord, I thought that was the other night. Lord, the Lord is saying this year, woo, Jesus, hallelujah, I thank you, Lord. God, he's saying 2014. This year, the Lord is saying this month, before the month of December gets in and gets out. He's saying this year, this month, the roller coasters rides in your life is over. You might as well shout about that right now. You are through going through the up and down hills of life. And oh God, help me, Jesus, I need to write this down too. God, the Lord, I got to get to work. The Lord is saying that what he's doing is preparing to give you an ain't stud nobody blessing. Now, when you get an ain't stud nobody blessing, then make sure you call Prophet Johnson. And I don't guess you'll call me, because you're going to say, that's my ain't stud nobody, and that's you included, Prophet. That's the kind God want to give you. That means I'm thinking about everybody, but I ain't stud nobody, because what God want to give me is something that's going to help me to bless everybody, and not to bless the folks that ain't studied me and ain't been thinking about me. You understand? There's the difference. It ain't studied nobody blessing. Oh, Jesus. Whoo, I love that one. But here it goes. It says, what if God willing to show wrath and to make, watch this, his power known, where at? Endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. So with much long suffering, he's making his power known. So just let him go head on. I mean, just let him go head on. And verse number 23, because we got to get to this. In that he might make known the riches of his glory. So what is God after? He's after making known the riches of his glory. So he raises a vessel to honor. You have others to dishonor. But there's yet, watch this, a richness of glory that's in every vessel. You say, well, Prophet Johnson, what about the vessels of dishonor? God will crack those vessels so that the vessels of dishonor can release the glory and the right wealth status to the vessels of honor. So this treasure in this heart deals with vessels that are able to carry and to know the riches of his glory. So your life, oh my God, the Lord is saying to tell you, your life is a story that is oh my God. Your life is a story that is unchanged, but yet changing. In other words, from where you are now to where you come from, that's an unchanged story. But where you are now to where you're going, that's a changing story. Woo, Jesus. From the unchanged to the new chain. Huh? They need to just talk about 2 chain. Here it goes. The Bible declares, and the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, that's you and I. That's you and I. See, we are covered by this mercy. And don't you just love the Lord? His grace, his mercy, which surpasses all understanding. It is sufficient to keep you and I. And, oh God, Jesus. Whoever you are, this is old school term, so I want to break it down in a little bit of new school release. The Lord showed me something. You ever seen a big ball rolling? The Father showed me that once he get the ball rolling for you, might as well shout about it. He said to tell you that it's not going to stop. I know that's right. Talk to me quick one time. When he get it rolling, he's not going to stop. I'm going to say it again. When God moves you this time, when he releases you this time, your heart and the mechanism that pumps you and causes you to become the greater of who you are. Remember the greater of God? This is not going to stop. That means it runs over everything in its way. And the Lord is saying to tell you, your pattern and your path is laid out for success like you have never seen before in Jesus' mighty name. Let me tell you something. The Father is saying that don't let God shake the economy of this nation. And don't let him shake this nation once again, nor its economy. How does that happen? People, I'm going to share something with you that, and you might as well put on your gear because we're going deep, and I'm going to jump right on over to the book of Revelation here in just a moment, and we're going to pick up in Sardis again because you know I cannot get out of Sardis. I love that area. Now listen to me. What God showed me was a wall against the wall. And what's happening is that everything he's trying to do, God is trying to do. He's trying to release it. Man has got a wall up to block it. So what's going to happen is that God is getting ready to pull a Jericho blessing on every single spirit and every single, what is this, God? What is this? Entity, here it comes, that has this wall, mirror, word, reflection filled with the frame of lies in life to hold back my people from seeing and experiencing my glory in life. He's saying that I am going to cause a Jericho blessing to come upon that wall, and that wall is going to fall down, and many men who are standing against it are going to perish because they are the ones that's blocking and trying to stop God's glory. Oh, man. Huh. Woo. Listen, when God favors you, he favors you. Notice the peace that is beginning to take place in certain foreign countries and not in other foreign countries. Notice, the Lord has not let me go there tonight for some reason, but notice you still got small pockets of wars. But then you have other nations that are sitting back chilling and saying, we're going to let everybody else go head on, but we're going to be wise enough to hear God. I believe that God has favored certain Middle Eastern nations like never before because they desire to have peace with Israel. If you want to see Iran blessed, Iraq blessed, Syria blessed, and all the Egypt and all the other nations around there, Jordan, you want to see all those guys blessed, all they got to do is just go home, sit down, do like me, drink a cup of coffee, and leave Israel alone. Because he that watcheth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Well, Prophet Johnson, well, where's that coming from? Because Israel is God's treasure. And Israel is God's broken vessel that he's had to put back for hundreds of thousands of years. And God have had to take the pieces of the smallest nation on earth and take everything that came from the Holocaust and take every soul that died and put it back together. And if you think that he's going to sit back and watch his vessel of a nation destroyed because some big dumb Goliath that got with the great ape want to step over and drop a little speck on it, it's not going to happen, people. Because, thank you, sir, even with all the times that I've been in the military, it still can go back in, you better believe that. Well, Prophet Johnson, I'll go fight. Well, let me tell you something. Number one, I'll enlist because I'm an American. Number two, I'll enlist because I'll go fight for Israel. Well, that's got to be crazy. You'll fight for Israel? Yes, of course. I'll fight for Israel, I'll fight for America, and I will fight for the nations that stand with America. This is what we do as patriotic people. We live for our nation. We die for our nation. We live for our God, and we die for our God. In his name, at least my God's name, you know him, Yahweh, Yeshua. He is the Christ. That's who I serve. And we don't disrespect others, neither their beliefs nor their gods. Leave them alone and let life live. In other words, go watch a James Bond movie. Live and let live, or live and let die. Whichever one it is. I can't think of it. Here's the deal. Revelation, chapter number 3. Here it goes, Sardis again. I love it. You say, Prophet Johnson, you're back there. Yeah, why do you love Sardis so much? Just listen. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write these things, saith he that hath the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. Here comes. I know thy works, and that thou hast a name and livest, and thou art dead. You got a name, you're alive, but you're dead. Neiman Marcus in Bloomingdale. Boom, boom, going to hell. Just kidding. No, they're not. My point is this. You have a big name, but what happens when your big name does not match what his will is? You understand? You're alive, but you're dead. So it don't matter whether you're Macy's or Walmart or whatever. It don't matter. You got a big name. You're alive, but are you really dead? Some people think that as long as they leave money for their children's children, then they're going to have a big inheritance and everybody's going to go on to live and they're going to pay the debt off. You're going to die. Your children going to die. Their children going to die. And their children going to die. Prophet Johnson, everybody going to die if the Lord tarries. Sure is. So you might as well enjoy it now. Party! Might as well. Might as well. Might as well, because hell is real. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain. That's what I want you to do. That are ready to die. Strengthen what remains that are ready to die? Broken vessels, vessels of honor. I have not found thy works perfect before God. You did good, but you weren't perfect. That's okay. Watch this. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast. Now I've given you something. Receive it, you've heard it, and hold fast, and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, first thing I want you to do is just get it together with me and keep your eyes open and don't go to sleep and watch and keep watching Living Strong, because that's going to help you out. The thing I like about the word of the Lord is that when God sends his word raw and uncut, unadulterated, straight 100% anointing, you go back and you filter out the good and the bad, and you find what fits you. And you make sure that he blesses you. And don't criticize everything else, because what happened is that it causes you to become subjugated to the law of your mind that does not give reason to rationaling or rationalization to reasoning. You know what I love? You ever seen anybody that knows everything? I love those people. Man, my daddy flew a plane. Man, I flew a plane one time. My daddy sailed a ship. Oh, man, I went out on the ocean one time, and the captain got sick, and I had to drive the ship. Man, my daddy went to the jungles, and he learned how to ride an elephant. Well, that ain't nothing. I even tamed a rhinoceros. You see that? It's the same way with scholars. It's the same way with Christian people. They know everything. Not all. You ever seen folks know everything about God? Each and every day I'm crying, seeking God, telling God how dumb I am, telling God I need to figure this out, telling God I don't know nothing, telling God the only thing I can learn to do is just hear him, and I've been doing that ever since my youth. And that's all I know. I'm wondering, was I just born to hear you and speak in the lives of people and bless people and build churches and let people take them away? What are you saying, Prophet Johnson? When you find people that can humble themselves and listen to others, that's when you're going to find a real man or a real woman of God. All this camouflage, I ain't going back to that message, and that who's who contest in society, that stuff, that's going to bite the bullet. Here we go. Here we go. Let me write this down. Boy, I tell you. If I don't write stuff down, I'll forget it. And so I'll deal with this in a minute. But look at this. And he goes on to say, I will come on thee as a thief. That's if you don't watch. And watch what he declares. And he says, and thou shalt not know what hour, when I will come. Of course God ain't going to tell you when he going to sneak up on you. The devil ain't going to tell you when he's sneaking up on you. The devil don't never tell you when he's sneaking up on you. The devil will sneak up on you and knock you in the head. See them folks running around knocking folks out for no reason? Young men, guys, that's amazing. They call them thugs or whatever. I don't care for that word. Gangsters or gangbangers, I don't care for that. Gang members, I don't care for that stuff. To go around knocking folks out and laughing at it, It appears to be funny, but you got to remember, if you did that or if you're doing that and you're watching this stuff and you like folks that are doing that, think about what's going to happen. When God sent a spirit, the same way you use your fist to knock somebody out in the head, he going to let a demon come and knock you in the head. Now think about whether you get hit by a demon or a man, which one going to hit the hardest? Because that person going to recover that's hit by a man. But when the devil knock you out, he going to knock you straight to hell. Verse number 4. Thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, listen to this, which have not defiled their garment. So that's what I like about Sardis. God said it's a few folks that kept it together. Everybody ain't no hypocrite. Somebody trying to do the right thing. Somebody's being honest with their heart. You know, I'd rather for you to be in leadership position and to tell the truth and to tell God, Lord, I'm going through some things, and I don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but I'm going through some things that I really would like a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I'd like to get myself together. I'd really rather for you to tell the truth than to lie about it. God would too. Don't sit up in leadership position and say, I got it all together. The Lord is my shepherd. A woman or a man I don't want. You lying. You need to quit lying. You need to just tell God the truth and let God know that you're burning with fire in the midst of a snowflake. And you'll be all right. Just tell him the truth. Now, it says, you have a few names, Sardis, but you haven't messed up. You know, you kept yourself. And it goes on to say, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. For they are worthy. You better believe they are worthy with me in white. White is all right. All night. I love that white. I know that's right. That's what Jesus talking about. And he ain't talking about no white shirt. And he ain't talking about no white suit. And he ain't talking about no white man or no white woman. White means you going to walk with me in the purification of the treasure that is in your heart. You're going to walk in purity. Goodness gracious. Lord have mercy. Have you ever noticed that when you wear a white shirt and a tie, you don't hardly get pulled over and messed with by the police? And it's just the opposite if you wear a white T-shirt. You can take a white man that can wear a white shirt and a tie. Police won't bother him. You can take a black man that can wear a white T-shirt and no tie, and police bother him. Boy, I tell you what, white is all right. Listen, and he that overcometh the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name. Listen what he says, out of the book of life. He said, I will not blot out his name out of the book of life. So that tells you everybody's name is written in the book of life when you got born. God help me. You know you was, when you was born, when you got born, when you was born, your name was written down, doom, 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 life. And God is saying, the only thing you best hope is that I don't get a stamp. So you see all them judges, you see those doctors, lawyers, those big ink pen writers, they stamp everything, got their seal on it. Boom, got a stamp, seal of approval. You know? And thank you, sir. And what they do is stamp everything. God is saying, I got the same thing. I've got the same thing. Now, this is where Facebook comes in at y'all. This is where Facebook comes in. Because if he said, and he declares, he that overcometh the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his holy angels. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. That means that God has got every bit of your Facebook, every bit of your information, and every bit of your DNA. Now, Jesus is going to stand before the Father, and he's going to be your judge, your lawyer, your juror, your doctor, and come on in the room, and come on. Y'all remember that song? In the room. Jesus is my doctor. He write out all of my scripture. He's going to show up. He's going to be right there. And he's saying Facebook, which means everything that you think they came up with, your name, your face is written in the Lamb's book of life. But what God does is that he takes your face that is written in the book of your life at the time that you was born, and he takes it and he puts it right there in the archives, and he releases it each and every day when you and I adds to life. So he's constantly looking at our Facebook page. You have a face, but the book is God's Lamb book of life. Your face and your name, well, Prophet Johnson, don't say name, just says face. Well, you show somebody that's got a name without a face. So your name and your face is written down in the Lamb's book of life. So when you get to show up before him, believe me, makeup ain't going to help you out. Hey, I already know fast as 30 minutes. It is already coming, gone your way. And each and every night, we filter the plan. December the 15th, I want every young man that you know, mothers, tell your sons, fathers, tell your sons, I want every male that is watching or is in contact with Living Strong to watch December the 15th. I'm going to do a special series about the men, and it's going to be pertaining to them. And I'm going to let you go. Not a series, it's just going to be a segment, okay? But I'm going to let you go. And until next time, I want to say to each and every one of you, you make sure that you have a good night, you protect your family throughout the week, as well as the weekend, and we're going to bid you Godspeed. And until next time, that's going to be my time. And I hear that sound of thunder. I hear the abundance of rain. And the Lord said to tell my people, yes, I am going to pull it out. Y'all might as well get ready. The best is yet to come. We're going to continue this series on treasures of the heart, a broken vessel, and we're going to move it forward in Jesus' mighty name. So, in closing, there's something that I've got to say, and you already know what it is. Oh, don't say it before I say it. That's right. Here it comes. Do what? Always remember. Live to love and love to live. Have a good night. Bye now.
We'd like to thank you for watching livingstrongtv.com. We would also like to take a moment to give you an opportunity to become a partner and sow a seed into our ministry. In order to sow a seed, you can click on the donation tab, or if you choose to mail your seed, you can send it to P.O. Box 363, Ridgeland, South Carolina 29936. The information is also located on the screen. Please make all checks and money orders payable to Whosoever Will Outreach Ministries. Once again, thank you for your support and becoming a partner with Living Strong. May you continually be blessed.
I'm pressing towards the